Hello, welcome to a different kind of video here. My name is Matthew, or Sundown, whichever you prefer. Today we're going to be taking a look at my game that I've been developing. This is going to be my first devlog. Not entirely sure how to do these or what I needed to do, but I just found myself like sitting here just like procrastinating it, like I don't want to make it. I don't even know the name of my game yet, so I guess I'll just retroactively come back when I figure it out and put it in the title. But to not waste time, this is more about me than anything else. I'm not putting these out for, necessarily not for other people. I'm doing it if there are people who are interested. But I think this is going to be a good way for me to just keep myself accountable with what I do with my game and how far I get with it. So the first thing I want to take a look at here is just my game in its current state. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it up. And a huge portion of this game and what it is in great part thanks to HeartBeast. He's a teacher of game development, and I recently finished his course on Godot. I've never used Godot. It's been kind of a challenge learning it. I still am very bad at it, at using it, understanding it, but I'm kind of taking into account that moving forward. But it's definitely something that I gotta figure out. And I know that as I get more comfortable with Godot, it's gonna be easier and easier to actually do stuff here. But let's go ahead and take a look at my game here. Okay. Yeah, let me go ahead and let me make my game full screen here for you. So, basic menu. It has a basic loading and save system, but I'm not going to worry myself too much with that. Click new game here. A lot of these sprites, everything not the finished sprites. This little monkey here was made by, was drawn by my lovely girlfriend. Actually, I think it was her first time trying pixel art. Also, just want to double check, make sure this isn't too loud. So a lot of the current sprites, music, sounds just come from the basic course. I haven't changed a whole lot. I just thought I'll just switch it up a little bit, But honestly, not a whole lot has been changed here. Simple platformer. It's a shooter. Basically, you can get hit by stuff. Now, I do want to go over some of the things I did change. Obviously, I messed around with the sprites. I'm actually really happy with how this one turned out. I think I might keep that one moving forward. But a couple of things here. Also, this is my little worm. My little dinosaur flying thing. So the first thing I wanted to show here was how I have created different power-ups essentially in my game. Because I kind of want the game to be like The Binding of Isaac or another really, I guess, Neon Abyss, if you know what that game is. If you don't, I recently started a series. You can go ahead and check it out just to kind of see what the vibe that I'm going for is. But basically, we see here it's a reference to obviously Minecraft. Now, if you shoot it, it's kind of like you're mining it. Little like blocks will fly out of it. And when you break it, you actually get this giant diamond here. Now, if you select it, you'll notice that our bullets are now blue. And they should deal double the damage, right? So it's kind of the way I want to make my game work is, with every upgrade, you get better and better and better, and you go down to different areas and fight harder and harder bosses. But I also wanted the upgrades to really impact and affect each other really, like, a lot. So if I jump up here and I grab this Gungeon bullet, you'll notice that my bullet looks larger now, right? And my muzzle flash also changes, and that's kind of... It now shoots faster, has a larger hitbox, and that's the current bullet. Now this is the boss fight that, I have programmed in right now. Very basic. It'll just chase you around and follow you. This giant, winged bug. I am going to change this boss. It was just the first one made in the course. But for the time being, it's a pretty good boss. It's pretty challenging. If you're new to the game. Oh man, I might die. That'll be embarrassing. Perfect. So the last thing I kind of want to showcase here, because that's pretty much it with my game, is this section. So these are kind of all of the unfinished assets that I still have to incorporate into my game. I kind of just wanted to show what they would look like in the game. They're going to be various different power-ups. Some of them references to other games. You're going to notice here Guppy's head from The Binding of Isaac. You'll probably notice this torment symbol from Diablo. the Mega Man blaster, the shovel from Shovel Knight, obviously the 3 scratches from Jurassic Park, and yeah, just a couple other things that I'm planning on implementing. Other than that, that's really it to showcase for my game here. Very simple, very, very simple. One thing I do want to do is I'm gonna go and kill myself, and I'm wondering if I can well, let's see. I think if I load my game, I already have the... Oh, I don't. So I don't have any power-ups here. So I want to show you the difference in picking up the power-ups. So if I pick up this bullet first, this Gungeon bullet, you'll notice that my bullets are not blue. The muzzle flash looks a little different. And I just shoot out the regular Gungeon bullets. These don't do double damage. And then obviously when I come back over here, I can go shoot and get my my diamond here. So that's definitely something really interesting that I like. Obviously it's really difficult to... Every item you add on just makes it even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. But I do really like that. It's what I want to kind of do moving forward. But yeah, that's really it. Oh, I forgot that we had loaded in a new game. And I mean, if you die, obviously you die, and you can either choose to load or quit. So we'll go and quit here. Hello, I'm back. So the last thing I want to showcase here is my plan for this week. I know I said I wanted to keep myself accountable, so I just kind of want to show what I do plan on doing with everything. Let me go ahead and open up the following, and I'm going to say goodbye once again. So this here is my current calendar for the month of December. Obviously it's still November. It's November 30th when I'm recording this. I plan on doing a devlog every Monday before I start work on the game, so you get the entire last week's worth, and I can kind of update myself and you guys on everything that's happened. Really quick, let's just go over the agenda for, I mean, briefly the whole game, but I'm going to come back and do the first week and explain it. I mean, first day, or the first week here, we have our different power-ups, kind of what I want to accomplish on each day, done out, the new sounds. Second week, I'm going to redo the boss, update a couple particles, put in a new enemy, put in an item room. So, you know, keys. I'm going to do some sprites for the item room. The next week, oh, hello, Photoshop. Then we're going to implement Torment, do some water bullets, and just really implementing the different power-ups here. I'm going to put in a mob trap room because I like that idea. And I've dedicated this last week here to like bug fixes, fixing the sound effects, enabling random floors, foreground elements, and then the plan is on the 25th. I'm not actually going to do any game dev. It's obviously Christmas, and but I am going to release the game essentially for like a little alpha for those who do want to play it. If you can even call it an alpha at that point. So let's just go over what I'm going to accomplish today and this week. So the first thing I want to look at here is Monday. Now I want to implement in, first off, some particle effects for when this thing gets destroyed. I know that there's little cubes that fall out, but they don't look super good. And when it actually breaks and it shows a diamond, I want like a lot of gray, like an explosion of, you know, particles. However, I have noticed in Godot that when I do more than 10 rigid bodies, that are like kind of the particles that interact with the world and stuff, it actually freezes, which is kind of frustrating. So I'm going to have to find a workaround around that. You'll notice here that the Gungeon bullet itself actually has a face on it. So if I have time today, I'd love to make it so that when it hits something, it bounces off the wall and it will land on the ground. And this is only if it hits a wall. It'll land on the ground and it'll stand up and start walking around. I think it'd be really funny, kind of a Easter egg there, a little nod to the Gungeon games. However, that's definitely seems like it would take a lot of time. I'm going to prioritize that last today. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to fix the effects for the diamond block. Then I'm going to try and put in this power-up here of Guppy's head. It's one of the very few power-ups that's not going to change your bullets at all, which is nice because then I don't have to draw new sprites. I don't have to, you know, change a lot of things like that. However, it is going to create flies every time you hit an enemy. Or I guess every time you kill an enemy, right? Very similar to how it works. I mean, Guppy's head doesn't work in the game, but that's kind of how the Guppy effect works in the Binding of Isaac. And I want to make the flies so that they home in on, enemies and they do, you know, 2 damage or 3 damage or whatever. This one actually seems like it's going to be really difficult. I'm going to have to look up a lot of things because basically this has to detect if there's any nearby enemies. If there's not, it's just got to kind of fly around and follow the player. So I have to make it follow the player first and foremost. Second thing I got to do is it has to be constantly checking, is there an enemy close to me? And if there is an enemy close, I need to move towards that enemy, the closest enemy. Now, just for obvious reasons, it might sound simple, but for me, new to Godot, not sure how it works, I'm not the best programmer. It's definitely going to be a challenge for me. So that's all I'm doing today, right? To be fair, it is 1:10 p.m. I stayed up pretty late last night working on this game. Um, but I am going to see what I can get done here. Just implementing this today. I'm going to start every day. The goal is to start every day at 8 in the morning and to end every day at 5. And yeah, that's just the kind of the schedule that I do want to follow. Pretty much 8 to 5 work job, but I want to treat, my game dev like it's kind of a job here. I want to dedicate a lot of time to it. If I can, if it's way more time than I need, that's awesome, because then I can just kind of speed up the process here. But we're going to just take it day by day. I did notice that when I did a schedule like this previously, and it was very hard to stick to. I definitely didn't account for a lot of things. But moving on to Tuesday, we're going to be implementing this dragon power-up along with the Mega Man power-up. So Mega Man is, you shoot out as little blaster shots, fairly simple. But if you hold down, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But there's going to be a way where if you, I don't know how it works. But I'll think about it tomorrow. Like, I want there to be like a charged up effect. So maybe you can right click and every, couple of, I don't know, maybe every 10 seconds you can shoot out a charged up shot. Or maybe it just automatically shoots a charged shot every, 10 seconds or whatever. But we'll see, because I kind of want to keep it very close to Mega Man. Now, just to show off here, I have done a lot of the sprites for the bullets and the muzzle flashes already. These are some of the combinations you can get. There's just the normal dragon sprite right here. If you get the dragon and the bullet and the Mega Man effect, you'll get this gun. Or this bullet, I mean. If you get the bullet and the diamond and the dragon, which will probably be the first one I implement here, it's going to be this little guy here. So I kind of like that a lot, even though in game you can't really see these images, which is kind of sad. I do like the level of detail I'm putting into it, and I think it's kind of cool. Who knows, maybe I will change it. Right now the game, I think part of the issue is it's so low bit that you lose a lot of, like, if this is moving at a very fast rate, you just can't see the detail of the bullet. So maybe that's something that I'll just reconsider doing, because I don't see a whole lot of point in doing little changes for every single type of bullet if you're not even going to really see them. Or maybe thinking of a different way to make it so that you can potentially see the differences in the bullets and how they interact. Now, the dragon bullet here is going to be difficult as well, because I want the little dragon to latch on and bite the enemy and then just deal damage like every tick or whatever, like every second or so. So this is going to be a really difficult power. Both of these powers are just really difficult in general. So not sure that doing 2 in 1 day is going to be smart, but we'll see. Because at the same time, when you think about it, it's like, dude, if I give myself 8 hours to code in one power up, it's like, geez, it's a long time just to do one power up. But you never know. Wednesday, I'm going to do my first, I'm going to create my own enemy AI, essentially, outside of the course here. We're going to create a tribal warrior who's going to throw spears. Thursday, I'm just going to create some new terrain sprites. I'm going to dedicate it kind of drawing. Obviously, a lot of what I'm using is very placeholdery, and I kind of want to update that on Thursday. So we're going to completely redo our character, completely redo the environment so it looks nice. And I know that that's going to take me all day for sure, just because to do the entire tile set and make it look good and to do a brand new player, it's going to be a lot of time. Now, for Friday, I want to put in my own sounds. I like the 8-bit sounds, but I kind of want to put in some more modern sounds, some shooting effects, some bullet effects. I'm probably not going to make any. This is just going to be me Friday looking online for new sounds, looking for, royalty-free music or whatever, and just seeing if I can put it in and give my game a little bit of a different feel and just see how it kind of fits. Probably also because this, I don't imagine it taking a lot of time. So probably on this day as well, anything that I kind of got behind on here or wasn't able to fix, I can go in on Friday and fix that. And that's going to be it for the first week here. Um, at the end of the first week, I'm also going to take around 30 minutes, and I'm just going to say, okay, was I able to accomplish this? What can I do different this next week? And I'm going to change up the whole schedule here, obviously. But that's kind of everything I have going on here. That's my little schedule here. Let me come back to the video here. There we go. So I'm gonna keep myself accountable. If you would like to play the game, leave me a comment, and I can, when I end up finishing here on the 25th for Christmas, maybe I can send it out to a couple of people. Maybe I'll put it on itch.io so that it can just be downloaded as kind of a little test alpha thing. But I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to, I guess, doing it. But like I said, it's gonna take a lot to understand Godot and figure out how it works. Anyways, I'm gonna just get started then with my game. This is gonna do it for this week's devlog. Thank you for any and all support. Leave comments and suggestions about my game and what I can put into it and what I can add to it. Obviously, it's very indie. I'm not expecting it to be as good as other games like Neon Abyss. It comes with multiple different people. But I do want to make something that's fun to play and that I like. That's really all I care about. It's like, do I like my own game? Is this a game that I would have fun playing and enjoy? But that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm going to get to work.